How does a people survive in one of the driest places on Earth, where the sun cracks the ground and water vanishes within hours? The answer lies hidden among the dunes, wrapped in green stripes, filled with 90% water. The Bushmen of the Kalahari call it the source of life. This is the ancient story of the Tsamma melon, and of the people who have always known its secret. Dawn breaks slowly over the Kalahari, painting endless dunes in shades of fire and gold. A vast desert stretches beyond every horizon, ancient and patient beneath the rising light. Fresh tracks in the cool sand reveal that life still moves here, even unseen. A lone camelthorn acacia stands against the rising sun, a sentinel of the dunes. Springbok emerge cautiously from the shadows, their senses sharp to the rhythms of survival. The rust-colored grains hold an iron memory, lending this land its unmistakable hue. The wind is the desert in Apos, eternal sculptor, carving patterns with patient and unhurried strokes. As the sun climbs, the air begins to shimmer, for water here is everything. What seems barren at first glance hides a quiet abundance, invisible to untrained eyes. Hidden among the sands lies the secret to survival, a fruit called the source of life. Tsamma vines trace organic patterns across the open ground, mapping a hidden generosity. Beneath the leaves, the desert hides its treasures, fruits filled with precious water. Even the smallest creatures depend upon these vines for the moisture they alone provide. Where the earth cracks open, life still finds a way to persist and endure. On the far horizon, a rare gift begins to gather slowly in the clouds. The first drops fall upon parched sand, received like a long-awaited blessing from above. A single shower can awaken seeds that have slept beneath the surface for years. After the rain, the air smells of earth, and the season of renewal begins. Where moisture has touched the ground, tender shoots begin their long climb toward the sun. And here, a people have lived for tens of thousands of years, listening always. In the soft glow of dawn, a small bushman settlement begins to stir to life. Beside last night and Apos, as fire, an elder sits in quiet contemplation, his face deeply weathered. Morning greetings ripple through the camp in the soft music of the sand language. Children laugh and play in the sand, drawing pictures with sticks as old as time. The women prepare for foraging, gathering their digging sticks and carved water shells. Each hunting bough is examined with care, its sinew string and worn wood familiar. Decorated ostrich eggshells hold the precious water that sustains them through dry seasons. An elder shares the knowledge of where the Tsamma vines may be found this season. She points to subtle signs, the trails of ants, the angle of bent grass. A young boy listens intently as his grandfather speaks of the cycle of the Tsamma. An experienced tracker bends low, reading clues invisible to anyone outside this land. At the sip well, water is drawn from beneath the sand through hollow reeds. Drop by patient drop, the moisture rises, every mouthful earned through quiet stillness. Buried beneath the sand lie sealed eggshells, water caches saved for the driest times. By firelight, the community dances, ankle rattles weaving songs into the desert night. An elder tells the old stories, his hands moving like the growing vines themselves. With a single finger, he draws a map upon the sand for the young to memorize. 3 generations sit together in companionship, where wisdom flows simply by being present. The women gather their tools and tie their babies to their backs with leather slings. As morning sun rises behind them, the foraging party sets out across the dunes. They walk in single file across the dunes, moving with a rhythm of belonging. An elder kneels and gently brushes sand aside, revealing a buried tendril below. Excitement passes through the group as a vine patch is spotted in the distance. They approach with care, mindful not to step upon a single fragile vine. From above, an oasis of green sprawls across the red sand, dotted with fruit. She cradles a melon and taps it gently, listening for the hollow sound of ripeness. Melons of every size and shade reveal the diversity shaped by this generous patch. She holds 2 fruits side by side, one bitter and one sweet, knowing each. An elder points to the leaf shape and vine thickness, signs of a thriving plant. A kudu browses on the same vines, for this gift is shared with all. Bees and beetles dance among the yellow flowers, the unsung partners of every fruit. The sun and Apos' position tells the gatherers how much time still remains in the day. The women squat low among the vines, their leather aprons protecting them from heat. Hands push aside foliage to reveal a perfect, ripe melon hidden beneath the leaves. She cuts a small slice and tastes, nodding her approval for the harvest ahead. Voices call across the dunes in the music of the sand language, sharing locations. A small child mimics each gesture with a smaller fruit, learning by quiet doing. Hundreds of dried seeds glisten on a flat stone, each one a future promise. From within her dwelling, an elder unwraps seeds carefully saved from last season in Apos' best. She sorts the plump from the broken, for only the finest are entrusted to earth. Placed gently into a hollowed gourd, the seeds float briefly, then prepare to awaken. Holding each seed up to the light, she reads the lineage from which it came. Several families share their seeds, each lineage shaped by generations of careful selection. The elders read the sky, judging the wind and clouds for signs of coming rain. He points toward gathering thunderheads, explaining what their shapes promise for the season. Beneath a sky filled with stars, the elder traces the position of the Milky Way. Spread upon a flat stone, the seeds dry one final time, turned by careful hands. They are sealed within ostrich eggshells with beeswax, preserved against any season and oppose as hardship. An elder buries the eggshells in a secret place known only to family members. Within the camp, tiny green sprouts emerge from moistened sand, a quiet sign of life. From the depths of a single seed, a white root begins its silent journey down. Children kneel beside the sprouts, eyes wide as the elder explains the coming miracle. Lifting handfuls from different places, she judges which earth will most welcome the seeds. The community walks the chosen ground, considering drainage, sunlight, and the paths of rain. Small carved markers are pressed into the sand at every chosen planting location. Hands count out the precise number of seeds for each hole, as tradition requires. All preparations laid in order, the community stands ready to begin the great work. The community gathers in a circle, asking the spirits of rain to bless their work. An elder lifts the sand and lets it slip through her fingers, whispering old words. The first digging stick is pressed into the earth, marking the moment of beginning. The compacted surface gives way to cooler, darker layers beneath the desert sun. Families work together, the children carrying small tools, learning by simply being present. From above, the patterns formed across the sand follow the natural shape of the land. Old vines from previous seasons are gently lifted and returned to nourish the new soil. Dry plant material is broken by hand, for nothing in this land is ever wasted. The midday sun is unrelenting, but the workers continue at a steady measured pace. An ostrich eggshell tilts to release a few precious drops, received with full gratitude. An elder points out exactly where each hole shall be dug, his knowledge guiding all. The holes are arranged with care, neither crowded nor too distant from each other. Each shallow basin is shaped to capture rainfall, ready for whatever the sky may offer. Smaller hands help dig alongside the elders, the wisdom passing silently between generations. A hand sweeps the loose sand away, leaving each hole clean and ready to receive. An elder walks slowly through the prepared field, blessing each hole with whispered words. As the worst heat of the day passes, the workers pause and share quiet laughter. From above, the completed pattern reveals itself, hundreds of craters in patient anticipation. As the sun begins to set, the tools are cleaned and the holes wait silently. At sunrise, mist rises gently from the cool sand, and long shadows stretch across the field. The community forms a circle, and the elder lifts the seed pouch toward the rising sun. Seeds are measured into smaller pouches, and each planter receives an equal share. 3 seeds settle gently into the bottom of each hole, planted together for strength. Each seed is set at the proper depth, neither too shallow nor too deep below. A teenager watches his grandfather closely, mimicking each gesture with deep concentration. Across the field, dozens of community members work in steady rhythm, like a wave. Hands gently scoop the sand back over each placed seed, the covering light and even. A patient hand pats the surface, a tender finishing touch upon what is now hidden. Small bone or stick markers are pressed beside each hole, helping track the germination. A family of 3 works their plot together, the youngest carefully covering a single seed. Quiet songs rise from the planters, melodies of hope drifting across the sand like blessings. Ground hornbills watch from a distant tree, observers of a ritual older than any record. From above, most of the field is now dotted with mounds, each marking a hope. An eggshell of water passes between the workers, a small sip in the rising heat. An elder places the final ceremonial seeds with extra care, speaking words of blessing. The community stands together, pride and exhaustion mingling quietly upon their faces. Stored water is poured upon a few key plantings, a symbolic gesture of nourishment. Together they share a meal of dried meat and preserved Tsamma flesh from past seasons. As the sun sets, the elder walks slowly through the field, considering each section. The first stars appear above the planted ground, the sand still warm with day and oppose as residue. By moonlight, a bushman keeps his quiet vigil near the field through the night. Below the sand, a single seed begins to absorb moisture, its transformation already begun. By the next dawn, the surface looks unchanged, yet beneath it life is stirring. Hidden in the moist sand, a single seed cracks open, beginning the silent work of life. The primary root grows quickly downward, searching for whatever moisture lies deep below. 2 pale green leaves push through the surface, the first hint of green in red sand. The cotyledons unfurl fully and turn toward the sun, their first taste of light. Across the field, dozens of small sprouts have appeared, transforming the desert briefly. Children run between the rows, calling out each fresh discovery, squatting low to look. An elder kneels and gently touches a young sprout, smiling at the strong germination rate. True leaves form between the cotyledons, lobed and serrated, distinctly the shape of Tsamma. From the stem, a thin tendril emerges, reaching outward in search of something to hold. Within only days, the plants surge upward, seizing every moment of moisture and light. Drops of dew rest upon the young leaves at sunrise, drunken before the sun rises high. Tiny ants explore each new sprout, a reminder that even small creatures play their part. Vines begin to spread across the sand, sending out exploratory tendrils in every direction. Several weeks after planting, broad patches of green now cover the once bare red sand. An elder walks slowly through the rows, examining each plant with the eye of experience. Hands gently lift a caterpillar from a leaf and place it elsewhere, never harming it. Some leaves bear the marks of insect damage, accepted as part of the natural balance. Where wind has buried part of a young plant, hands gently restore it to the air. An elder uses a small stick to measure the growth of a vine since her last visit. Children walk the field with their grandmothers, learning to read the health of each plant. Beneath the sand, the roots have spread deeply and widely, drawing moisture from afar. On a healthy vine, the very first flower bud appears, holding the promise of fruit. From above, the established vines now snake across larger sections in living patterns. An elder explains the signs of struggle to a teenager, who listens with full attention. Across the entire field, the green is vibrant, and the desert has been transformed. The very first Tsamma flower opens fully, 5 bright yellow petals splayed in the light. From above, dozens of yellow blossoms now the green vines like scattered stars. A desert bee hovers near a flower before landing, its body already dusted with pollen. It crawls deep into the bloom, brushing against stamens in a small but vital exchange. A metallic green beetle joins the visitors, for pollination is shared among many partners. In the early morning light, a single bud opens slowly, petals unfurling with quiet grace. The plants bear 2 kinds of flowers, those with stamens and those that will become fruit. A female flower reveals its tiny green ovary, the very first hint of a future melon. Children walk through the flowering field, eyes wide with delight at the bright colors. An elder kneels carefully among the vines, examining each flower without disturbing them. Many kinds of insects gather among the blossoms, a thriving community of small lives. In the harshness of midday, the flowers half close, conserving their precious moisture. As the afternoon cools, they reopen, and the daily rhythm continues without pause. A bee leaves with visible pollen on its body, carrying the chain of life onward. Even the wind plays its role, lifting tiny grains of pollen across the open field. An elder counts the flowers on a section of vine, estimating the harvest to come. She marks small stones with charcoal lines, a tally system tracking many seasons. A flower wilted in extreme heat is not lost, for by evening it will recover. Dark storm clouds gather above as the flowers wave gently in a rising desert wind. Raindrops strike the yellow petals, beating like jewels before rolling into thirsty sand. After the rain, the field appears more vibrant, the flowers brilliant under fresh light. Community members sing traditional songs, and music joins the great cycle of life. A hummingbird hawkmoth hovers at flowers, its long proboscis drawing nectar with precision. As the days pass, fewer flowers remain, the petals falling away as fruit begins. The final yellow bloom of the season opens defiantly, holding the very last fruit. At the base of a withered flower, a tiny green fruit begins to swell with life. From above, several small fruits hide among the leaves, each one a future Tsamma. Day by day, the fruit grows from marble to apple to something much larger still. The skin develops its distinctive mottled pattern of dark and light green stripes. The vines have grown thicker now, strong enough to bear the increasing weight of fruit. A single vine may carry 5 or 7 fruits at varying stages of development. A small child finds a hidden fruit and gently calls her grandmother to come and see. An elder examines a developing fruit and nods, knowing growth is exactly on schedule. The fruits absorb intense sunlight, transforming heat and minimal water into sweet flesh. Beneath each fruit, a small cool patch of sand becomes a quiet shelter for tiny lives. A small lizard suns itself upon the surface of its Tsamma, a reminder of shared abundance. A bushman walks the field daily, occasionally pausing to gently check size and firmness. Small charcoal marks upon nearby leaves track the growth of specific fruits over time. Small birds either developing fruits from a nearby tree, and some loss is expected. A kudu approaches the field cautiously for a snack, and the people tolerate this sharing. Some fruits grow as large as a small basketball, prize specimens carefully noted. As fruits mature, the stripes deepen, and a soft gloss reveals the colors of ripeness. From above, hundreds of melons, the entire green and red landscape below. Hands push aside the leaves, and a beautiful fruit is revealed beneath its canopy. When a fruit is gently lifted, its imprint remains, shaped by weeks of patient growth. The fruits are heavy enough now to anchor the vines against the desert breeze. A hand taps a melon and listens for the hollow tone, signaling optimal water content. She closes her eyes and leans her ear close to the fruit. Concentration absolute. Small marks designate fruits, nearly ready for the harvest soon to come. The fruits ripen at staggered times, allowing the harvest to extend across many days. A family walks the field together, the youngest learning to tell ripe from unripe. An elder shakes her head at one who tried to harvest too early, for patience matters. As the fruits reach their final stage, the vines yellow as energy flows fully inward. The leaves yellow at the edges, a sign the plant gives up its last reserves. A heavy fruit cradled in two hands strains the wrists, abundant with water within. The rind has begun to harden, sealing the fruit against the loss of moisture. The vine stem near the fruit begins to dry, signaling that ripeness is complete. At sunset, the field rests in stillness, and the community waits for the precise moment. An elder makes her final evening walk, considering the perfect timing for tomorrow. From above, hundreds of mature fruits, the landscape, ready for the harvest to begin. On the eve of harvest, the community gathers around the fire to thank the spirits. The tools are laid out in careful order, every digging stick and knife inspected. A stone is drawn slowly across a knife blade, sharpening the edge for tomorrow. A bushman shapes a wooden carrying yoke, where form must always follow function. Children peek out from their grass shelters at the gathered tools, too excited for sleep. By firelight, an elder tells the children the legend of the very first Tsamma harvest. In the pre-dawn darkness, the community organizes once more, every tool checked again. As the first faint light appears, the harvesters walk together toward the fields. They arrive as the sun crests the horizon, and the fruits glow in early light. An elder kneels at the field and oppos, edge and touches the sand, whispering thanks to the land. She chooses the first ceremonial fruit with reverence, the most perfect among hundreds. The blade slices cleanly through the stem, and the fruit is gently lifted from the sand. She holds it aloft, presenting the very first harvest of the season to the rising sun. The community spreads across the field in organized teams, each section assigned to families. And then, all together, the harvest begins, spreading like a living tide across the land. One hand cradles a fruit, while the other carefully cuts the stem with practiced precision. A heavy ripe fruit is lifted from the sand, and the hollow it leaves tells its story. A bushman examines each freshly cut fruit, checking for damage before carefully placing it. Across the field, stems are cut with fluid and decisive motions practiced over seasons. Leather pouches grow heavier as they fill, the bounty accumulating with persistent effort. Small children carry smaller fruits in baskets they wove themselves, proud and important. A mother harvests with her baby strapped to her back, watching the world from above. The community sings together as they work, and traditional harvest songs lighten the labor. Workers walk between the rows with multiple fruits balanced upon their shoulders, heavy. Sweat beads upon a young woman and Appo's brow, but a smile lights her face with quiet joy. Harvesters crack open one fruit to share, and the sweet red flesh refreshes them all. An elder directs the harvest, pointing out which sections to gather and which to leave. From above, trails of disturbed sand mark where fruits have been collected, tracing paths. Fruits are loaded carefully onto wooden yokes, the load balance for the long walk back. Smaller fruits fill a woven net bag, the coarse natural fiber holding them securely. At a central collection point, a pile of harvested fruits grows higher and higher still. The harvesters separate fruits into groups, perfect ones for storage, damaged for eating. Beneath the shade of an acacia, the team rests briefly, sharing a fruit and laughter. Refreshed and determined, they return to the field, for many fruits remain to be gathered. An elder cuts open a perfect fruit and scoops the seeds, securing next year and Appos as planting. A bushman tastes a slice of freshly opened Tsamma, and the flesh is intensely sweet. Children eat small slices with delighted faces, every drop of juice a precious gift. Small flies attracted to a cut fruit are brushed away easily without any harm. Birds gather at the field and Appos edge, knowing that scraps will be left behind for them. From above, half the field has been cleared, and the remaining fruits are still small. Harvesters make their final passes, gathering the last ripe specimens at a slowing pace. An elder walks through the completed sections, ensuring nothing valuable was missed today. The harvesters stretch their backs after hours of bending, the work physically demanding. The community gathers to count and admire the abundance, the year ahead now secure. As the sun sinks toward the horizon, the harvest piles silhouette against the evening sky. Fruits are loaded into wooden travois for transport home, many trips needed before all return. The harvesters make the journey home, fruits balanced on their shoulders, each step a victory. Small children carry single small fruits as their proud contribution, walking with dignity. A long procession returns home as twilight approaches, silhouettes stretching across the dunes. Those who stayed behind come out to greet them with smiles and embraces of joy. Fruits are stacked carefully at the village center, the bounty too great to manage at once. That evening, the community celebrates, and music, dance, and shared food mark the day. An elder closes her eyes by firelight, holding within her a deep and quiet gratitude. By the next morning, the harvesters return for more, for many days still lie ahead. From above, much of the bounty is gathered, and only the late fruits still remain. The community sorts the harvested fruits by ripeness and quality at different stations. Pristine specimens are selected for long-term storage, buried in the cool sand below. Fruits are placed in deep holes dug in shaded sand, kept fresh through any season. Cool sand is shoveled gently over the stored fruits, the temperature protecting them perfectly. Small stones are arranged in particular patterns to mark the hidden family caches. A knife slices into a ripe Tsamma, and the pink-red flesh glistens with abundant water. The pulp is squeezed through leather cloth into a hollow gourd, every drop treasured. A community member drinks the freshly extracted water, her face filled with quiet relief. The leftover fruit pulp is given to dogs and chickens, for nothing here is wasted. Community members enjoy fresh slices, the bright pink flesh contrasting with red sand. Small children stand with juice-covered faces, completely committed to the joy of eating. Dark seeds are scooped from cut fruits and placed in containers for next year in Oppos, as planting. Seeds are roasted upon hot stones, becoming a nutritious and richly flavored delicacy. Roasted seeds are ground between two stones into a coarse meal, sustaining through winter. Strips of Tsamma flesh are laid upon drying racks under the sun, food for many months. Over several days, the strips shrink and darken into chewy, preserved snacks of nourishment. Tsamma juice is boiled in a clay pot to create a concentrated syrup that lasts seasons. The harvest is distributed equitably among the community, for tradition insists upon fair sharing. The elders receive the first and largest share, a sign of the deep respect they hold. Some fruits are placed in shaded rocky overhangs, where natural coolness extends their freshness. Visitors arrive from neighboring communities to trade goods for portions of the bountiful harvest. An elder prepares Tsamma rind into traditional medicine, for this plant offers more than food. Fruit rinds and leaves feed the livestock, and the harvest continues to give of itself. An elder counts the total stored harvest, satisfied that the community will be fed for months. The full storage system reveals itself, buried caches and drying racks all working together. The community gathers for the harvest celebration, a great fire burning at the center. Members dance in a circle around the fire, every movement telling an ancient story. Healers enter trance during the dance, sweat glistening as they thank the ancestral spirits. An elder shares stories around the fire, younger generations absorbing wisdom of countless ages. The feast spreads in every direction, Tsamma flesh and dried meat and gourds of sweet juice. Community members lie back and gaze at the Milky Way, offering silent gratitude to the cosmos. The elders carefully store next year and Oppos. Seeds and beautifully sealed eggshells, the cycle continuing. An elder places his hand upon a young apprentice in Oppos. S shoulder, for next year, is already in hand. And so the desert that gave so much is honored once more, its bounty woven into the lives of the people who have always belonged to it, the Tsamma fulfilling its ancient promise as the source of life beneath the eternal Kalahari sky.